welcome back to another vlog. Slight change of location. As you can see, I thought I'd try something new. So welcome to my dining room. So what I wanted to talk about today with you guys was my trip last weekend to the Paris Sewcial, which was organised by Charlotte and Carmen, and basically just a huge group of sewists descended on Paris for a weekend of fabric shopping and hanging out and meeting loads of amazing new people. It really was a fantastic time. Had so many laughs and met so many lovely people. I got there on the Friday and spent the afternoon getting a head start on the fabric shopping, had a lovely dinner with the girls I travelled up with. Thanks Claire for organising. And then Saturday was just a crazy day of far too much fabric shopping. We spent most of the day at the foot of the Sacre-Cœur, which is where the majority of the big fabric shops are in Paris. So that's in the Montmartre district. My French accent's terrible, sorry. And you get there, it's right next to the metro station Anvers. And basically there are just loads of huge fabric stores there. They have a kind of, I would say like a speciality, like a bit of a niche product that they do there, where they have pre-cut lengths of fabric, usually in about 3 meters long, and called coupons, and you basically just buy them as like set pieces, so they don't get cut to size. You'll buy 3 meters of them at a go, which I don't really see elsewhere. I feel like that's a very French thing. Maybe they do that elsewhere too, and I just haven't seen it before though. So there are a few really great shops for those. There's the Coupon de Saint-Pierre and Sacre Coupon as well, which are the two kind of ones where I found most of the stuff that I loved. So I ended up with a lot of fabric. It's a very good thing that I went there with a very empty suitcase, because when I got back it was very heavy and nearly bursting open. Yeah, that's just, you know, it's very easy to get swept away with everything, but I have to say, looking back at all the stuff that I bought, I still really love everything that I got. You know, there wasn't a piece that I've regretted buying yet. Thoughts may change over time depending on really how quickly I get through like sewing everything. I always find that if I sew things really quickly after I buy them, and I'm like full of love for whatever I've just made and for the fabric. Sometimes if I let it sit for too long, my tastes and ideas change, and I'm like, oh, actually, this is no longer something that I'm gonna find useful. But for anyone who's interested in coming to any of these meetups and events, whether that's in your hometowns or further afield like this one, go for it. I think there were loads of people who were there by themselves and for the first time as well, which, you know, well done guys, you're really, really brave. And you know what, it's just a lovely occasion, and you're meeting loads of people with the same interests, and you know, there's always loads to talk about and loads of fabric to stroke, and you know, you have so much in common, even just from the very, very beginning, even not knowing anyone's kind of background or anything like that. You know, I really felt like sewing something that's brought loads and loads of people together, which is, I think, is amazing. But what I wanted to do today is also show you what I bought. This might take a while. No, I'm only kidding, hopefully it won't be too long. So, first couple of things. These things are actually not for me. I bought them to give to my siblings. And that is this piece of cotton here. So it feels like a cotton poplin weight fabric. Get close up there as well. So it's got this pink background with a white and teal kind of crosshatch grid thing going over the top of it. It was €12 for 3 meters, and my older sister's just starting out learning to sew, or like learning again how to sew, and I think that this is a really great weight fabric to start with. I think she'll really love the colours, and there's plenty of it for a very, very good price. You imagine that's just €4 a metre. Basically, if she messes it up, she shouldn't feel too bad about it. And the other thing I got for my other sister is this burnt orange floral crepe, which is lovely. So it's got great drape. It is a polyester fabric, but I just really love the colours. I think that these floral colours really pop against this rust colour, and everyone knows that we're all about the rust colours at the moment. So I think that that's going to be really lovely. I think I managed to get a slightly smaller piece of this, so it's 2.5 meters. She's very small, so she'll still be able to make loads out of this. But I really love the colour. I think she'll really like that. This one was from the Sacre Coupon shop. The one before was from the Coupon de Saint-Pierre. The Sacre Coupon's more expensive as shops go. But they had really lovely stuff. A lot of the stuff looked like they were ex-designer, and a lot of really high quality kind of silks and wools and all of that as well. So, they had a lot of tencels as well. One of which was this one, and you guys might recognise the print. Just the right way around. Yes, so you can see the faces on that as well. So the reason why you might find this one familiar is that this print has come up as a Lady McElroy fabric, not in this particular colourway and substrate. But I've seen it on places like Sew Me Sunshine. I think like So Amazing have it, and probably some other stores as well, as a cotton lawn, and they do it with it. I think the different kind of colours on the faces as well, but with a similar background. They're normally found as a cotton lawn, and this is actually a tencel fabric. It was not cheap. Well, I think it's still pretty reasonable. It's about just over 30 euros for 3 meters. So still pretty reasonable. Well, definitely one of the more expensive purchases I made. I love the abstract kind of face thing going on here. I think that will make something really lovely. I haven't quite decided what I'm making with it, I'll be honest. But there is so much here that I think that whatever I kind of set my mind to should be fine. I don't know whether to make something like a shirt dress or like a maxi dress or something with it. But yeah, just loads and loads of options with that one. I'll go through what else I bought from that store as well first. So one thing is this one, which I really like. I have a feeling that this is one that I might not like so much in the future unless I kind of get into it quite quickly. So this is a cotton lawn with this fantastic just tropical print. The reason why I got it is because I love toucans. As you can see, you've got all that toucan print, and it's really bright and summery. I think that for the summer, if I'm going on a holiday, this would be great. Unfortunately, I don't have any holidays planned, so this might end up going into the stash for a little while, maybe until next year, that I can find something that I really want to make out of it, because I'll feel kind of sad if I make it and then I'm just wearing it around here, because I feel like it really wants to be on holiday. That's a really weird thing to say, isn't it? What else? My favourite piece I got all trip was from that store as well. So this is a Sacre Coupon store. I will try to link to the store, so if you're ever in Paris, down below I will try to link to all the stores that I've mentioned. But my favourite fabric is combining two of my favourite trends, lilac and leopard print, and this is it. I'll give you a real close-up of what this looks like. So this fantastic thing is a polyester. It feels like a weird crepey fabric. It's almost like we've got a bit of a sheen to it, but it's got a crepe texture over the top. And yeah, it's just, you know, a really bright lilac leopard print fabric, and it's just fantastic. I couldn't leave without it. Quite reasonably priced. I think this was about 22 euros. Let me check the price in here actually. Yeah, 22.90 for 3 meters of it. So that works out to be just over 7 euros a meter. So that'd be around £7 a meter, I reckon, by the time you convert everything, which I think is pretty decent. It feels quite nice and weighty as well, which is great. I'm thinking, I'm in two minds about what to do with it. Either a Tilly and the Buttons Stevie dress, so like, or something in that style. I'm talking like a short t-shirt style dress. I think that would look really cute with trainers and denim jacket, and a really great dress to kind of throw on through the summer. Or do I go the whole hog and go for like a ruffled maxi length dress or something and go, you know, go big or go home with it? I can't decide 100% what I think the best thing is going to be, but I'm really looking forward to getting started on this one. And okay, that's all I got from the Sacre Coupon store. So I got those 3 pieces, which is probably 3 too many. It's not like I need to add to my stash. I got some more pieces from the Coupon Saint-Pierre shop. Firstly, this light blue chambray. It says viscose on the label, but actually it feels like a tencel, and it's got the same sheen that I would expect from a tencel as well. You know, kind of like iridescency kind of shimmer to it. I really want to make a new Zadie jumpsuit out of this and almost make it slightly too big, or like with a really wide legs. I think that this would really flow really beautifully, and I just love this colour as well. For some reason I've always been a fan of really light denims. Like all my life I've always had really light coloured jeans, which is really bugging me because actually I need to find some nice light stretch denim. So if anyone's got any ideas, let me know. But that's what this is going to be. Well, let me check. I think this was €20 for the 3 meters as well, so that's a pretty decent price. I got a few other bits from that same shop as well. Firstly, I got this heavy drill. It's a navy blue cotton drill, which I'm going to make into a jacket of some sorts. So I'm thinking like a long duster. There is only 3 meters, and I know a lot of duster patterns ask for 4, so I'm going to see if I can like eke one out of this, or if I'm going to just do something that's a little bit shorter with it. But it's like, you know, that nice jacket weight kind of fabric, that's, you know, that kind of summery trench coaty kind of feel, very much like a gabardine here, or you'd call it a gabardine or a drill here, but that's a really lovely fabric, and that was really cheap as well. It was only €15, so I think that's going to be a really nice nice coat once I get around to making it. And the last thing I got from that store was this. This is a floral polysatin. It looks like got these hand-painted flowers on it. This I got for a specific reason, and that is for my next replicating the runway look. And there were some beautiful Valentino dresses in his last Haute Couture show, and this is what that's going to try to be. Not 100% sure on what the exact look will be, but imagine long skirt, fitted bodice, some sort of poofy sleeve. That's kind of where I'm going with it. Not quite sure how the poofy sleeve would work with this, because I know that in the shows the fabric looks like it's got a lot more body to it, and this is extremely soft and drapey. So we'll see what happens with that. I might need something underneath it just to give it some life there. I got another 2 pieces from a different store called Moline, and these were from the bargain bin outside the store. So all these shops have these like literally like bins of fabric outside each store, and they'll be like €5 for 3 meters. Not even kidding, it's like so cheap. Okay, the quality's not great, but if you want like toiling fabric, or you know, you might find some gems in there, then it's a great place to start. So I got some mustard jersey, just a single knit jersey with a bit of a mole look to it. So I thought that would be just fun to make something out of. Not quite sure what. It may end up being regifted, we don't know yet, okay? But it was too much of a fun colour to pass up. The other thing I got from there was some jersey fabric too, so that's a grey marl here. And again, it's just a single knit. Feels really lovely and soft actually. It is probably polyester, who knows? It doesn't come with a little content sticker that a lot of them come with. But it feels really nice, so I'm thinking I'll make a couple of styling tees and do some slogans and things like that out of this. But it's very much my kind of thing. I do love a grey t-shirt. But, you know, €5 for 3 meters, you really can't complain, can you? So I ended up getting 2 other bits of fabric, and these were from the DP Studio open day. So on a weird stroke of luck, DP Studios, who's a kind of an indie pattern designer, was holding an open day on the Saturday. I don't think they knew we were all gonna kind of descend on them. I think they looked a bit overwhelmed at the time, but we got to meet the designer there. We had a lovely time, and he was also, as well as having an open day and having a look at the studio and his samples and patterns and things like that, they were also selling off old remnant bits of fabric that they didn't want to use, or from like previous collections and things like that. So I picked up a couple of bits of velvet from them, which are these two bits here. So these are both silk viscose mix velvets. So basically the back of them silk, and then the front is this really like low pile velvet, which is just like so pretty. They're so soft, and these are all woven, so there's no stretch in them at all. There's not much of each. There's about 1 meter of the pink one, and I think just over 1 meter of the white one as well. So I'm thinking I might make just like some simple camisoles out of them. I think that'd look really great, like with tucked into skirts and jeans and things like that. The white one may end up on my little sister's wedding dress. We don't know yet. I'm gonna give it to her as an option, basically, as to what she would like, because there's a few things that we were going to kind of make and combine. But there's something about this fabric that just really like draws my eye, and I just love it. And yeah, it was just sort of really great finds there. And they were selling everything for like €5 a meter, and they had some quality stuff there. There was like mostly silks, loads of silk chiffons and things like that, and really interesting stuff. And that's really just because that's their style. I also picked up a pattern while I was with them, and that is this one. So they were selling all their patterns as well, and I was always planning to get this one, so I thought I might as well get it there, and then I don't have to worry about shipping and things like that. So this is the Le 805 or 805. Did you like my French there? And it's like a long, oversized biker jacket. It's meant to be made up in a wool. You know, I will insert a photo of what the sample looks like somewhere here. And I thought, and it's got like a zip and things down the side and some interesting pocket details as well. But I wanted this to be my next coat that I make for the winter. After I finish the coat that's already cut out in a bag somewhere. Yeah, that's one on my list of things to do. There was no discount on the patterns or anything, but it was just nice to kind of get them from the source. I also managed to find a couple of French patterns too. So on the day that I was wandering around Paris with Claire and Camilla, we randomly found a little bookstore. It wasn't a sewing bookstore, it was just one of these little kind of touristy bookstores. And in the bed outside, where they had some like samples and some discounts on, they had some sewing patterns. So these were €4 each. They look like sewing books, but they are actually individual patterns. So each of them comes with the paper pattern on the inside, that's this bit here, and the rest of it is just really, really detailed instructions on how to make this specific pattern. It is very much designed towards beginners, in that, you know, there are 3 pages just on how to, like, you know, lay out your fabric and then pin it and then cut it and things like that. So I don't know how useful I'll find the instructions. They are in French, so I'm thinking maybe I'll learn some French whilst I'm at it. My French has massively deteriorated over the last few years. There are plenty of there are plenty of diagrams in it, so actually you could get by without knowing any French. I think you just follow the diagrams pretty well. And the size range is pretty good too, so that's 34 to 48, but they did another size that went up to 52. So I got 2 of those. One is this really, really cute little dress. It might be a bit too twee for me, but I think I might be able to pull it off without the collar. I quite like the style lines on the front where they've got their princess seams, where it's going up quite high into the arm side, which normally you don't see go up that high, I think, but I quite liked how that looked. And the other thing I got was this oversized biker jacket. Kind of oversized, somewhat oversized. It's like a loose fit biker jacket, which I thought was really interesting as well. I have many biker jacket patterns, I'm not gonna lie. I have a rare lemonade one, and I've got an oversized named one, and I think I recently got a style art one, but I'm always looking for one that I really love, and I really like how this has come out. And the reason why I keep trying all the biker jackets, eventually I want to make one in leather. but I don't want to do that unless I'm 100% sure on the pattern, the fit, style, etc. And to make sure, because leather is really, really expensive. I'm talking like hundreds for a hide, and I may need more than one depending on cutting. I mean, it's making me think that actually buying leather jackets in shops is really, really cheap. Yeah, I know, right? So yeah, so that's on my list of things to do. So that's everything that I got. I got one more piece of fabric, but I'm not going to show you guys because it's part of a surprise for one of my siblings. I really hope they don't see this video after I've said that, but that's alright. But yeah, it's sort of a present for later in the year, so you'll see it eventually. So that's all I've got to show you then today. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff though, isn't it? I managed to lug it all back to London. It was rather difficult, I'm not gonna lie. I had to take the most step-free route back home because I would not have been able to carry it up any steps. That's when you know you've bought too much stuff, isn't it? But anyway, yeah, it was an amazing holiday, just a few days away. Yeah, it was great, and I would definitely recommend it if they do it again. I would recommend for all of you to try to go because it's just so much fun, not just because of all the shopping and the stuff that we got, but just hanging out with all our sewing friends and making new ones. It was great. So yeah, so thanks to Carmen and Charlotte for organising everything. We had a great time. Hopefully you found this kind of interesting, and you can see what see what happens with all of this stuff over time, and see if I actually make any of the stuff that I've spoken about. But yeah, until next time then, but bye guys.